So I guess you could say this was actually like a training session for Newcastle United. Not a training session though, but I mean a preparation for the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. As obviously Newcastle are aiming to, end that trophy drought that they've been on for a very long time. They came close just 2 years ago in the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United, only losing 2-0 on the day. So they try again. They try again this time against the informed Liverpool, the log leaders, the runaway title leaders. So look, Newcastle prepared for their Carabao Cup final with victory against West Ham United, and it has moved them up to 6th in the Premier League. So Eddie Howe's side will actually look to end a 70 years, ladies and gentlemen, 70 years without a trophy for Newcastle United. So Newcastle United are actually aiming to end a 70-year wait for a major trophy on Sunday, when they actually take on Premier League leaders Liverpool at Wembley Stadium. So them going into this Monday's fixture at London Stadium, they were desperate for a win to actually ensure that they face the Reds with momentum, and they give it all thanks to that Bruno Guimaraes second half strike. What a beautiful goal that was. Very clinical from the Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? He just demonstrated his class once again. And then moments after, the Hammers goalkeeper Alfonso Areola made a brilliant save to actually prevent Max Kilman scoring an own goal. And then Newcastle struck when Guimaraes turned into Harvey Barnes' lofted pass. And you could eventually say West Ham were very hard done by losing this game. Because they started strongly. First half they were all over Newcastle United. And it was actually like the tonic Eddie Howe's side, which was hampered by injuries and suspension. They needed this win. Because Newcastle, coming into this game, Newcastle United had only managed to win one of their previous 4 games. Yeah, just only one of their previous 4 games. So basically, they were fortunate not to be behind inside the first minute when actually Tino Livramento missed the clearance and then the ball fell through to Thomas Soucek. But then again, he fired over from close range. I don't know what has been happening with Thomas Soucek this season, because he's no longer firing like he was last season. I mean, an opportunity like that is presented to him on a platter, you'd expect him to bury it, And then following that particular moment in time, Newcastle United then improved that, and then they twice went close to taking the lead before the break, just through Barnes. I mean, Barnes was the one player for the Magpies who was very lively in the first half, And the forward, making his first league start since the 7th of December, first turned Kieran Trippier's low ball towards the goal, but Areola's reacted, great reflexes. He showed great reflexes, did Areola, because he first turned Kieran Trippier's ball towards goal, but then, you look at Areola, he was just at the right place at the right time. Great reflexes to actually deny Barnes, and then he also drew another save again. So it tells you everything about this game, how balanced it was. It could go either way. But both sides, unfortunately, they were not clinical enough in front of goal. So it was just a matter of that one moment of brilliance by Bruno Guimaraes, which actually separated the sides. And after a bright start, this was very disappointing for the Hammers, because they actually struggled to really threaten Nick Pope in the Newcastle goal in the second half. They were very lethargic. They didn't have that same energy that they possessed in the first half. They had scouts for penalty. They had shouts for penalty, I meant to say, which were waved away in the second half. And then Jared Bowen went down in the box, he went down very easily, Whilst they also felt that they should have been given a foul towards the build-up of that Newcastle United goal. But I still think that there's no case. It was just a matter of individual brilliance once again from the Brazilian, which actually separated both of the sides. But ultimately, they did not do enough themselves to actually earn a point, and then defeat leaves them 16th in the table. Again, consistency is West Ham's downfall this season. Consistency is West Ham's downfall. Just after getting a great result at the Emirates Stadium last week.